Hey folks, quite an interesting place we're at today. Without further ado, let's get stuck in. So sentiment wise, risk is negative, but there's the prospect of President Trump and President Xi meeting, which should be positive for risk. So the news that there's been a controversial politician in Europe, Geert Wilders, in the Netherlands, he has pulled out of the coalition government in the Netherlands, and that sort of sent European stock markets moving lower. And there was some weak inflation data, so we saw a little bid into European bonds on that. Volatility is lower. We did see dip buying yesterday, and some of that dip is being bought as it stands now. So we'll have to see what the actual sentiment is when we get going. We've got jobs coming up at 3. If we see a big miss there, that could weaken sentiment. But if it's strong, 7.5 million jobs being added or more, that in itself should be supportive for risk. You look here, if it starts going back up, markets will be very relieved to see that. So that's definitely something to be looking at for the 3 o'clock coming up later in the session. Looking at the rhythm, we've seen this strong buying from this 5,910 region, and we've pushed up into that value area high and trying to stay above it. Right, so this is a bullish development. If you look at the actual hourly chart, what we can see is that we've pushed above this developed value area on the weekly as well. So price is sort of falling into a very nice support area, trying to make a run up to that 5,950. If you look on the 15-minute, we've seen sellers trap buyers up there. But if you look here, what we can see is buyers trying to trap those sellers here. So sellers trapped buyers. We had more selling coming in, but just notice here, these sellers, right, potentially getting trapped here. And then if they get trapped here, then we can see a push up. So for the open, what I'm looking for is potentially buying and see if we can get a run up to the next value area. Let's just pop that in place because there's a bit of space up there. If we can get up here, yeah, it's that 5,950 region. So there's quite a lot of areas there. Definitely something to be looking at as we head into the session. That's sort of where I'm gunning for, particularly if we can stay above this area. And obviously, if we can't stay above this area, get back down here, and then we're looking for a move down to the daily VWAP. But you can see here, price is just trying to keep trekking higher. Slight contradictory because you've got those sellers trapping those buyers there. So it's a slight contradiction. But if we can see buyers trap those sellers, then we can potentially look for more upside and this to carry on. You see buyers trapping sellers there. But let's see as we head closer to the open. Let's just see what else is there. Yeah, notice the delta and the inventory from the overnight session is positive. Notice that. And notice that we've got these sellers up here. Seeing them trapped can be very important. So that's definitely something that we'll be keeping our eyes on, particularly for the open. Like if we get those sellers here trapped at the open, then a run up to the 5,946, 47 looks lovely. So a quick run up to the 46, 47, maybe even up to the highs of the day, up to the 5,950. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. And then the 5-minute chart as well. And we'll be just keeping an eye on the tick chart as we go through. Okay, folks, now let's have a look. Yeah, and the converse will be true as well. So if we see these buyers who have tried to trap these sellers themselves get trapped on the open, then we could look for a run down to the 5,932. So there is two-way price action here. We'll be covering that more accurately as we get to the open. I want to have a little look at the price just from a zoomed out perspective. Let's just zoom out and check this out. I just want to have a little look at this technically. I'll take some of these lines out. I just want to feel that I've got a decent sense of this. Let's get rid of some of this faff and let's just make it new. Let's just have a little look at this trend line here. 1, 2, false break. Right, very important area here. Notice as well, yeah, here's interesting. You see you've got this hammer reversal. You've got the body closing within the previous body's candles, and you've got that rejection of those highs. So at the moment, I'd say this is still a commanding sell area. and watch out for sharp selling from that region. Now, if we can go back above this trend line and close above it, that would be bullish. So that's going to mean that this area here is going to be very much the battle area, right? Up here and like higher. So you've got to watch out for sudden sellers coming in there. That's what really stands out to me. If we can get buyers coming in with volume leaning against this level, and if we see the tail, right, of that candle get broken, then you can see that that would be a good area for further upside. That would be a failed signal, but in itself is a signal. So that's what I'm looking for. And we could see, I think, a little move up to that 5950 doesn't look unreasonable. Let's have a look here. So a move up here, up to this kind of 5960, 5950 region doesn't look unreasonable at all. And certainly a flirtation again with this major level. Markets will want to decide what to do there. So big decision area right here. If we can get these sellers trapped here and here, then that is suitable for longs, right? Because that positive inventory and that mood is carrying on, and we're looking for a run up then to the 5950. And that would be a reasonable target. Good morning, Mark. Here we are. So, 2 minutes to open. This is important here. Got buyers building above this area that we looked at earlier. Okay, trapping those 15 potentially. This is important. Can we get up above this region here? Right, I will buy this if I see it. I just got to have break and close on the 5. That'll be enough for me. Nice area, delta positive, building up, trapping sellers. 5-minute close. If we get those sellers trapped, and I'm going for it. It's a great way to start. And then look whether to add on the tick chart. So that's what I'm going to do. So 15-minute will be trapping those sellers. 5-minute will be trapping those sellers too. Oh, this is tempting, isn't it? Look at that. All right. Okay, got 10 seconds. Need to see if we close above those 5. If we don't close above it, let's see, 5. Okay, no, I didn't quite get the close, so I'm just waiting on that. Have a look on the tick chart and see if I get something here. Is that a 15-minute close? Possibly was. Right, that's a bit annoying to have missed out on that. Right, just got some sellers trapped up there. See if I can get a bit of a shove higher. Right, taking the profit off because you just got sellers trapping some of those buyers up there. Okay, we're in this value area. Yeah, I was stuck looking on the 5, you see, and I couldn't quite see if that it was a close above. Yeah, so I just missed it. That's annoying, but nice principle. Principle's good. Getting a little bit of a pullback here. On the 1 minute, got everyone trapped. On the 5 minute, got everyone trapped. So as we pull back, there may be opportunities to go long here. Okay, pulling back, and now we're pulling back to this area. Buy is still very much in play. 1 minute down here. Okay, so happy to go long should I get the reason to. Let's have a look. Cumulative delta on balance volume pushing lower for now.
Let's note that Russia's Gazprom has quietly shelved plans to develop a new gas distribution hub in Turkey, closing the door on a potential opportunity to regain a foothold in European markets lost since the invasion of Ukraine.
Okay, we're moving this down only as far as the standard deviation. Now let's see if we can get a little bit of something to the upside. Okay, further selling. But notice, buyers trapped here, so we're still looking for buyers. If we can push above these sellers here. All right, I go for long there. Okay, I'll try another long there.
And you note the Dutch Prime Minister Schoof steps down following Wilder's decision to quit the coalition. Further regarding the Dutch government, Schoof says the cabinet without the PVV ministers will continue as a caretaker government.
Okay, starting to move in the right direction. Okay, we've got some sellers trapped there. Let's give it a second. Hold on a little bit longer. Gonna hit that point control. Also holding that area. Let's see. Delta is moving in negatively now, though. Let's have a look here. Cumulative delta just flattening a little bit. Right, I'm going to give it a slight chance. Just going to move one position up. I'm going to put that up to break even now. See if we can just break above those highs if we can.
Update out of Brazil. AMP reporting that Brazil's oil output reaches
yeah, okay, I can add another one in.
7 million barrels per day in April.
Yeah, okay. Happy to add another position on that.
And out of South Africa, the government noting that South Africa's wholesale diesel price is to fall by 36.9 cents a litre in June, and the petrol pump price to fall by 5 cents a litre.
All right. Okay. Gonna take some off as we're going back into that area. Oh, maybe we can get through. Let's see. Right. Just take half the position off. And taking the second half of the position off because we are up in that. Up in this value. You see we're up at this developed value area. Yeah. It's a bit messier than I would have liked, Mark. That's okay. Really, what was really saving me on that was this strong level with the VWAP, with the 15-minute guys trapped, just that pullback there. So So obviously I had a disappointing day. I had a couple of sell stops on my two biggest winning accounts today, which was very annoying. The sells took all the profits away, which is annoying. But I still do have two other accounts that were in profit, so it's okay. Okay. Yeah, opening range breakout with volume and delta. Oh, was that your move, Mark Anthony? Yeah, okay. So that was here, 240 for opening range breakout here at the 315. Here it is with volume and delta. Very nicely done. Where were you? Let's see where you were, Mark. Volume and delta, 315. So it's here. Very nicely done. Nicely played. So Mark's trade was 14 points with the opening range breakout, 230 candle, going with the breakout, and then running it all the way up to this 5960 region. Great stuff, Mark. Folks, take care. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and be in touch. Bye for now.